Michael Saylor draws backlash. The European Central Bank declares war on Bitcoin. And how much is the upcoming U.S. election affecting the markets? Stick around to find out on this week's Bitcoin News Update. Hi, I'm Nate Martin with this week's Bitcoin News Update. MicroStrategy's executive chairman Michael Saylor faced backlash for advocating Bitcoin custodianship through large financial institutions rather than self-custody, a stance he previously supported. In an October interview, Saylor dismissed concerns about government seizure of Bitcoin, calling those who fear it, quote, paranoid crypto anarchists. His comments contrast with his earlier warnings that without self-custody, custodians could accumulate excessive power and abuse it. Critics, including Bitcoin custody advocates, accused Saylor of undermining Bitcoin's decentralization to benefit institutions. Saylor, however, argued that large organizations need custodianship solutions, while smaller entities can still embrace self-custody. In response to the backlash, he later posted on X that he supports self-custody for those who can and the right to self-custody for all. He also reposted a video from Matthew Crater at Bitcoin University titled, Why Bitcoin Self-Custody Matters. MicroStrategy remains the largest corporate holder of Bitcoin with over 252,000 BTC. The European Central Bank faced backlash from the crypto community after releasing a report calling for policies against Bitcoin and its disappearance. ECB officials Jürgen Schaff and Ulrich Binsel claimed Bitcoin's price surge would lead to wealth redistribution, enriching early adopters at the expense of latecomers and non-holders. They urged non-holders to support anti-Bitcoin policies to prevent rising prices. The crypto community criticized the report, with Bitcoin analyst Tor de Meester calling it a declaration of war on Bitcoin, predicting harsh taxes or even bans. Max Kaiser, a Bitcoin advocate, dismissed the report as a failure by the ECB to understand Bitcoin's potential, while others viewed it as acknowledgement of Bitcoin's future growth amid inflation concerns. At Microsoft's annual shareholder meeting on December 10th, investors will vote on a proposal to consider Bitcoin as a potential treasury asset. A shareholder advisory board submitted the proposal calling for an assessment of Bitcoin's role within Microsoft's treasury. However, Microsoft's board has advised against it, citing Bitcoin's volatility and underscoring the need for financial stability. The board stated that the company's treasury already evaluates various assets, including cryptocurrencies, to manage risk. Microsoft's cautious approach to treasury management, favoring low-risk assets, aligns with its long-term financial strategy, prioritizing stability over potentially high but unpredictable returns amid rising institutional interest in cryptocurrencies. The Pennsylvania House recently passed the Bitcoin Rights Bill, with a strong bipartisan vote of 176 to 26, securing rights for residents to self-custody digital assets, use Bitcoin for payments, and it clarifies tax guidelines on Bitcoin transactions. Supported by all 100 Republicans and 76 Democrats, the bill, crafted with input from the Satoshi Action Fund, aligns Pennsylvania with 20 other states with similar digital asset laws. The bill now awaits the Republican-led Senate's approval before advancing to Governor Josh Shapiro. As federal agencies debate jurisdiction over digital assets, Pennsylvania's move is timely, potentially impacting key races in the state's presidential and Senate elections, including the contest between Democrat Bob Casey and Bitcoin advocate Republican Dave McCormick. And finally, I had a question come across my comments this week asking me this. What impact do you think the election will have on the BTC price and the crypto market as a whole, given the current polling? Or do you think that the projection may already be baked in? Well, first, my view on crypto is this. Bitcoin and crypto are not the same thing. Simply put, there's Bitcoin and then there's crypto. I think that crypto suffers from a number of ills, many of which stem from the desire for the quick buck from an ignorant market. One example that comes to mind is where you're promised to earn while you learn about crypto, but only with tokens printed and distributed by that particular firm. It's about the same as going to an arcade, putting your money into one of its games to win tickets that can only be redeemed at the counter at the arcade for the chintzy prizes that aren't worth nearly as much as you put into the games to try to win the tickets. And as bad as those arcades are, crypto firms like this are even worse. All you get is the tickets. They don't even offer you cheap prizes to redeem them for. Back to your question, though. Many people forget that there's still nearly 3 months between Election Day and the inauguration of a new president. Right now, much of the market's movement has been reactive to the Fed, international turmoil, the specter of 36 countries moving to dump the dollar for a new BRICS monetary device, and most notably, how much leverage is amplifying market volatility, not only for Bitcoin, but in major traditional markets as well. An incoming administration will have to address all of these issues. But if Trump wins, he'll have to wait 10 weeks before he can implement any strategies he's planned to do so. So keep an eye out for lame duck antics that might throw a wrench in the clockwork. I think that the market is tensely waiting, but ripe, if not mildly anxious, to move quickly as soon as a winner is announced. That's it for this week's Bitcoin News Update. If you've enjoyed this episode, make sure to leave a like, consider subscribing to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next video. I'll see you next week.